Okay. My project was intention to rebuild a hair straightener. In my head, I had planned on having two flat irons. Well, to make it simple, I imagined on making a hair straightener look like a hair straightener. I chose to rebuild a hair straightener because hair straighteners are pretty expensive. If I succeeded on building the hair straightener, I would have been saving myself money and probably saving my other family money also. Knowing how to rebuild a hair straightener would possibly get me some money too, if I had what I needed nearby. My first try was to completely destroy a hair straightener and see what a normal everyday hair straightener would contain. Every hair straightener, all hair, all hair straighteners are powered by AC electricity. That's what was first powering the hair straightener. My plan is to switch AC to DC. I understand now that AC is 100 volts, about 100 volts, and DC is about 1.5. Well, the battery that I was using at the moment. Now I understand that it's not easy to change AC to DC because of the amount of volts in each one. If I were to change AC to DC, I would need many batteries to power this single string. In my project, the energy was supposed to come from a battery, so DC, but it was really coming from AC energy. I planned on using the volts power in the battery because I knew I would have to change something around. The wires that were connected to the wire that plugged in the wall. Cutting the wires would give me the opportunity to connect them to the battery. I would first start with chemical energy in the battery, then it would go to electrical energy. Then the energy would heat up. I wanted the energy to transfer from the battery through the wire to heat up the flat irons. The energy from the battery would go from the two wires connected, and it would go through some wires that are connected to a little light that to help me know when the straightener is heated up. After heating the light, it would go through four more wires. Then there are two wires on the flat irons. Then two more wires that are on the flat irons. Then it would go to the flat iron that are connected to wires that will help it heat up. The amount of energy in the battery would be 1.5 volts. To start with, if I had the flat irons connected to a battery DC electricity, if I were connected to AC, there would be 120 volts. If we were to use the battery method, I would have to use many batteries to get to 120 volts than if just using the 120 volts that come from the wall. With the battery, there would be 1.5 volts to start with. The object of the straightener was to take electricity from AC to heat up two metal pieces. The energy that would come from the wall would have to be connected to wires. The wires would be connected to a little light to help indicate when the straightener is on or off. The light would be connected to yet four more wires that would be connected to the flat irons. Two wires on each side would be connected to the flat irons. In the end, they would heat up the metal, and then it would be the final. That would be the final product. In the process, some of the energy would go to turn on the little light. As I have said before, the little light would help me tell when the straightener was on or off. I would say about 120 volts. 5 volts would go to the little light, because in the process the light stays on, and ensure just like 10% of the energy would just not be used in total. Would be let's see, 10 out of 100, something out of 120 would be approximately 12 volts. In other words, 12 volts would probably not even be used in the process. Well, first, all energy cannot be created or destroyed. The lost energy would not even go in the process, it would just stay out of the process because I cut the wires that were connected. That basically made the straightener weak. Changing some wires in the process made my energy get lost. By lost, I mean not work anymore. But because my project didn't work, it's not efficient at all. My plan was for my project to be very efficient. I wanted my project to be a complete success. I wanted it to work amazingly and be great and all and make my science teacher proud. Well, it didn't go as planned. My project does not work at all. It's really just a mess. Cut wires off, cut wires off long. Some wires are long, some wires are short. Not very great at all. All pieces are just all over the place. It also just smells like something was burned. One of the many things that I have learned is to not touch any wires it, when it is connected. If you do, you will be shocked because the energy wants to hit the ground because the energy is positive and the energy in the ground is negative. Another thing that I learned is that electricity is not a toy. It is not something to be messed with at, at all, only with supervision in a or if you're a professional, you can do what you must. Never to mess with electrical energy that is connected to the wall because getting shocked with that for a long time or a couple seconds can hurt you pretty bad. I have learned that electricity is very important and it can come from many things and such as chemical, gravitational, nuclear, and uh, anyway, and well, many more. I learned that you have to go through the process and you must not skip anything. You. I also learned that I'm not good at making projects. Thank you.